All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be working on doing some work with area and circumference, and sometimes kind of going back and forth between the two. So we're going to remember our formula, circumference, C equals pi d. So in circumference, we need the diameter, and in area, A equals pi r squared, and we need the radius. All right, so find the area. So we always have to know, well, what are we looking for? Of the following semicircle. So to find the area of a semicircle, it's half of the area of a regular circle. So I'm going to start with my formula. So I need pi r squared, but I have to divide it by 2 because it's a semicircle. Now I'm going to check to see, do I have the needed information? I have pi, 22/7, but in my picture, this is a diameter. So if I need the radius, I have to take half of that. So I'm going to write that down so that I don't forget that my radius is 7. So I'm going to go through and fill in my information. Pi is 22/7. Radius is 7. We need to square it, and we're going to divide all of that by 2. So it looks a little complicated, but we can do this on our calculators. So we have 22/7, which I'm entering as a fraction, times 7 squared, divided by 2, and that's going to give me 77, and my label is centimeters squared. Area labels are always squared. So hopefully not so bad. All right, let's see what number 2 wants us to do. If my board is going to cooperate, which probably not today, right? Okay, number 2, what is the area of a quarter circle? So a quarter circle means it's 1/4 of a circle. So I'm going to do my area. I'm going to do my area, and I'm going to have to divide it by 4. So my area formula was pi r squared, but since it's a quarter, I have to divide that by 4. Let's make sure I have my information. Here's pi. Here's my radius. So far, so good. So we're going to have 22/7 times 6 squared divided by 4. So we're going to put that into our calculators. 22/7 times 6 squared divided by 4. And I'm getting a fraction as an answer, 28 2/7 centimeters squared. Okay, let's see what we got. Number 3. The circumference of a circle is 24 pi centimeters. So remember, this means this is an exact circumference. What is the exact area? So draw a diagram to assist you in solving the problem. So we know that the distance around is 24 pi. Well, that means this has to be the diameter. So I can fill in, right, because my circumference formula, C equals pi d. If this is 24 pi, and I have to get d by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by pi, which means your diameter is 24. All right, what information is needed to solve the problem? I need the radius, because if I want to know, we're looking for the exact area. So that's what I'm looking for. All right, so now let's go through. So if my diameter is 24, that means my radius has to be 12. So now I can find the area. So area equals pi r squared. Sorry, I'll move this up a little bit. Since it's the exact area, we're going to keep pi, and I'm going to have 12 squared. And then I'm just going to do the 12 squared, which is 144, and I'm going to write that in front of pi. If you write it in back of pi, it doesn't matter, but usually the number goes up front. And that was centimeters, so it's centimeters squared. All right, let's try another one. Find the area of a circle with a diameter of 42 centimeters. So remember, if I have diameter, I need radius. So my radius is going to be half of that, which is 21. So A equals pi r squared. Pi, they told me, is 22/7. Radius is 21 squared. Putting that into my calculator, 22/7 times 21 squared. I don't have to divide it by anything because it's a full circle. So it's 1,386 centimeters squared. Formula, number, answer, label. All right, the circumference of a circle is 9 pi centimeters. What is the diameter? Remember, when they give you the exact, this number is your diameter. So the diameter is 9 centimeters. What is the radius? The radius is half of that, 4.5 centimeters. So now, what is the area? Well, now that I have the area, or the radius, I can find the area. Area equals pi r squared. Now, they don't tell me if they want an exact area or not, so I'm going to use the pi button on my calculator. I'm going to write that off to the side so we remember. So I'm going to fill in my radius, 4.5 squared. So when I do that on my calculator, I'm going to use, again, the pi button times 4.5 squared. And it's going to give me a big long decimal, but that's okay. 63.61725,124 centimeters squared. All right, so if they're giving me the circumference, I can find the area, because I am that good. Now they want me to go backwards. The area of a circle is 36 pi centimeters squared. Find its circumference. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing. So I know what is the radius. Well, the radius squared equals 36. So I have to think to myself, well, what did I multiply by to get, by itself, to get 36? So my radius was 6. So that was doing a little bit of mental math and thinking. So then I need the diameter. So your diameter is going to be 6 doubled, which is 12. Now I can find the circumference. So C equals pi d. This time I'm going to do an exact, even though it didn't necessarily say that. And centimeters. If you want to rewrite it as 12 pi centimeters, you absolutely can do that. All right, so a little bit more challenging, a little bit more involved, kind of going back and forth. But if you think about what your equations are telling you, you can pick out those pieces of information. Any questions? As always, bring them to class. Have a great night, guys.